It's that time of the year again when Apple stick an S on their model numbers, add a new colour, and tell us their new phone is amazing and a million times faster than last year's model. Surely that must mean it's Google's turn too? I'm Rob Wilson, you're watching the Video Gadgets Journal, and this is 5 things you need to know about the new Nexus 5X6P. I think it's fair and diplomatic to say that Google divided opinion last year when they abandoned both their pricing policy and target audience strategy with the Nexus 6. They turned the Nexus into a gigantic battleship of a smartphone and stuck a few $100s on the price tag. Quite a departure from the rest of the family that are understated, very accessible devices at very reasonable price points. Well, this year Google have decided to physically divide their product range into 2 devices. The Nexus 5X sees a return to the Nexus traditions and will be manufactured by Nexus veterans LG. The Nexus 6P continues to cater to the phablet market and is made by Nexus newcomers Huawei. So you want the smaller of a bunch then, although at 5.2 inches it's still a sizable beast with a 1080p screen. It's rocking a Snapdragon 808 chip along with 2 gigs of RAM, and as usual for Nexus devices, and annoyingly for some, there's no expandable storage. What is new though is a fingerprint scanner on the back of the phone and a USB Type-C connector. Most likely because these features are standardised in the new Android operating system, and this is what Nexus devices are all about, showcasing new features. Alright then, it's bigger at 5.7 inches but not quite as big as the Nexus 6 of last year, but having a bigger bodied phone means you can pack more stuff into it, including a likeness to Bender from Futurama. The 6P will sport a Quad HD display and a Snapdragon 810 processor. Couple that with a huge 3,500 mAh battery, dual front-facing speakers, always deserves a ding, and that gives it enough to differentiate the 2 devices. Just bear in mind that while this is a big phone, you don't get big phone advantages, like a stylus, and the camera remains at 12 megapixels, the same as last year's Nexus 6 and this year's Nexus 5X. That's disappointing. The whole point of the Nexus range is to showcase Android's latest operating system in its purest and cleanest form, and these Nexi are no different. Welcome to Android version 6, otherwise known as Marshmallow. As always, there's loads of new stuff, so the bullet points are a revamp of Google Pay to compete with Apple Pay, new Google Now features such as contextual information depending on what screen you are on, greater control of app permissions which you can grant as you use them as opposed to granting them all when you download the app, standardised fingerprint support, a new battery saving feature called Doze, although we've heard of this type of thing every time a new product is released, and full USB Type-C support, so you can look forward to replacing all your cables and buying new accessories to support them. There's loads more of course, plus user interface tweaks and undoubtedly a new secret Marshmallow screen, and I'm going to guess a game based on Candy Crush called Marshmallow Mush. You heard it here first folks, but probably don't rely on that one. We shouldn't forget the price, and the news is good. The Nexus 5X costs $379, which is a delightful return to mainstream affordability in the smartphone market. Understandably, the 6P is more expensive, but at $499, not outrageously. That price cut doesn't come without compromises, however. Neither device has wireless charging or optical image stabilization in their cameras. Both devices should be available for pre-order right now through Google, so you will be at the mercy of delivery companies rather than being able to go out to a shop and buy one. Google don't have the best of track records when it comes to this. With all that being said, here's a big question. Are you going to get one? If not, why not? If yes, then which one? And why? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if it so pleases you, as it really does help me, and if you want to be informed, intrigued and entertained by the Video Gadgets Journal some more, then bash that subscribe button as quickly as you can. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you today, and I'll see you in the next video.